Let's learn about coolant on and off push buttons. Coolant on push button. The CLNT on is the coolant on push button. When you press the coolant on push button, LED light inside the button turns on. The coolant supply starts and flows through the coolant nozzle. Coolant off push button. Let's learn about coolant off. The CLNT off is the coolant off push button. When you press the coolant off push button, LED light inside the button turns on and the coolant supply stops. Let's learn about tailstock quill function. Tailstock quill function is a set of push buttons used for operating the tailstock quill. The revolving center is rested in the quill of tailstock. The revolving center is required to give the center support to the workpiece. Tailstock quill function push buttons are tailstock quill out. TS out is the tailstock quill out push button. When you press the TS out push button, the tailstock quill moves towards the workpiece. Tailstock quill in. The TSIN is the tailstock quill in push button. When you press the tailstock quill in push button, the tailstock quill moves away from the workpiece. Tailstock quill in lock. The TSINLK is the tailstock quill in lock key switch. If the workpiece needs tailstock support for machining, turn the tailstock quill in lock key switch to on position and press the tailstock quill out push button. If the workpiece does not need tailstock support for machining, turn the tailstock quill in lock key switch to off position. The TRST is the turret station or tool index push button. When you press the tool index or TRST push button, single tool indexes at a time in the turret. The tool number is displayed on the tool display. The tool index indicator turns on every time the tool is indexed in the turret. Chip conveyor function is a set of push buttons. Used for operating the chip conveyor. Let's learn about the chip conveyor push buttons. When you press the chip forward push button, the chip conveyor runs in the forward direction, and LED light inside the button turns on. When you press the chip stop push button, the chip conveyor stops running, and LED light inside the button turns on. Chip conveyor reverse. When you press the chip reverse push button, the chip conveyor runs in the reverse direction, and LED light inside the button turns on. Status indicator. Status indicator is a set of indicators which shows the status of the operation. Note: when the indicator of respective LED is turned on, it shows the function is currently active. Now, let's take a look at the indicators. Stack light. Stack light is a machine status indicator light. Stack light shows the machine operation status. Stack light includes 3 LED indicators. They are green LED. When the machine runs at normal operation, the green LED indicator light turns on. Yellow LED. When the machine is stopped, in between machining operation, or at the end of program, in MEM, or auto mode, the yellow LED indicator light turns on. Yellow LED turns on when M30 command code appears in the program. Note: M01 and M00 command codes are used to stop the program, while M02 and M30 command codes are used to end the program. Red LED. When the machine fault occurs and alarm is displayed on the screen, the red LED indicator light turns on. When emergency push button is pressed, the red LED indicator light turns on. Tool display. Tool display indicator shows the current active tool number. The tool display turns on every time the tool is indexed in the turret.